everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of What CD is Rob listening to now. And yes, it's after 8 o'clock in the evening and I'm doing this one. And normally I do earlier in the day, but I had some chores to run, and so I thought I'd listen to some tunes. And this time it's Neal Morse's Jesus Christ, the Exorcist. Now, if you don't know this story behind, the making of this album, several years ago, many years ago, God, I'm not even sure exactly how many, Neal did sort of a demo of this album for his Inner Circle fan club release. It was unfinished, much shorter. Some of it was just undeveloped ideas. And then out of nowhere, 2018, 2019, Neal just decided to go in and just go ahead and finish this album. And I swear it had to at least have been 10 years or something. Because he decided he wanted to do this album for a Morse Fest. But it wasn't finished. So if you followed along with it, he was trying to finish this and that, trying to do the writing, get the cast together, everything. So it was kind of something he had to hurry up and get done. You cannot tell from listening to it that it was hurried at all. That's fantastic. If you don't know who Neal Morse is, he is my favorite musician. He used to be the singer of Spock's Beard, singer, songwriter, guitarist. I mean, he did a lot in Spock's Beard. If you don't follow him, he's a progressive rock artist. Now he's heavily Christian, so all of his music sort of keeps within that vein in the Christian faith. But still heavy and progressive rock, and just something I love. And while I don't really follow Christianity much, he is still my favorite musician. And I'll admit, this album took a little while to get into. It's not quite like other Neal Morse albums. Sure, he has several 2 CD concept albums that he's been the primary writer for. Stuff with like Spock's Beard, Snow, Neal Morse's his own Testimony, the Neal Morse Band, Similitude of a Dream, Transatlantic's The Absolute Universe. He is not a stranger to the 2 CD progressive rock concept album. But this one is different in that he doesn't really sing. It's just a cast of different singers. You've got Ted Leonard from Enchant and Spock's Beard playing the role of Jesus. Talon David playing the role of Mary Magdalene, who she's got a fantastic voice. Just hear her on which one is it? Free at Last. I mean, it's almost like a Disney-esque kind of very operatic sounding huge theme album. Just fantastic. You got Matt Smith. I believe he was in Threshold. He plays John the Baptist. Neal Morse sings Pilate for Pilate. I'm not sure who that is. But basically this follows Jesus's story to the cross and following the cross. So obviously some pretty heavy lyrics here if you know that story. So like I said, pretty heavy lyrics. Musically, the album is just phenomenal, and you got quite a cast of musicians that any fan of Neal Morse would know. Of course, Neal Morse does guitars, keyboards, bass, percussion. He does a lot. But you also got, I'm going to screw his name up, but Paul Bielitowicz from the Neal Morse's European band before the Neal Morse band kind of formed. Bill Hubauer from the Neal Morse Band on keyboards. Eric Gillette from the Neal Morse Band on guitars, and get this, drums. And what a fantastic drummer he is. And of course, Randy George, who has been on a large majority of the Neal Morse albums on bass here. And it's just phenomenal. The music is progressive, it's orchestral, it's symphonic, it's heavy, it's everything you would expect from a Neal Morse album. I mean, like, musically, yeah, it's right within his wheelhouse. I mean, it is different from a lot of his stuff, but it's within his wheelhouse. But like I said, it's the vocals and the cast of musicians coming in and singing. It's quite unlike a Neal Morse album. Neal doesn't sing much on here. He does sing on Love Has Made a Way, or I'm sorry, Love Has Called My Name, which may be one of my favorite Neal Morse songs. And it has Mr. Nick DiVirgilio from Spock's Beard on vocals. So very cool track. And otherwise, other places you've got The Woman of Seven Devils. I mean, that's another great song. The Last Supper, killer stuff. The Greatest Love of All. I mean, just a fantastic close. And then the amazing Jesus Before Pilate and the Crucifixion. I mean, just so much great music on this two-act 2-CD, 2-act album here. Just great stuff. If you haven't heard it and you like Neal Morse, you like prog rock, you like a good story, I think a lot of you will find something on this. In fact, if you go to the Frontier Records website, I think they even have it on sale right now. And of course, everything I get from Neal's own Radiant Records. So that's another great place to pick this up. So pick it up, check it out. Fantastic album. Like I said, it took me a couple listens to get into it because there's just so much going on here. There's just so, it's a wonderfully written masterpiece, if I could say so. So anyway, check it out. Neal Morse and Jesus Christ the Exorcist, a progressive rock musical by Neal Morse. And yeah, it plays out like a musical. It's fantastic. Check it out. Anyway, until next time, toodles.